Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laurence and I post art videos once a week. And I had a new idea for today's video. So I think you saw my favorites last week and it kind of gave me this idea of doing not the opposite of favorites, but rediscovering old favorites. So I pulled out some art materials that either I haven't used ever or that I haven't used in a long time that I want to rediscover, that I want to fall back in love with. I don't know how to call this, but today what I want to do is just do some swatches, fall back in love with some art supplies, and then my goal in future videos would be to use these art supplies to create new artworks. So let's try to proceed by order. I think first I'm going to show you the stuff that I can't really swatch. First, I have my Himimiya gouache palette. I haven't opened it in so long, so I don't really know what it looks like. I'm kind of scared that these are all moldy. Okay, no, they're good. The reason why I say that I can't really swatch them is that I would have to reactivate them first, which can take a bit of time. I have to put some water in each little container and then let it sit there for a bit. And I don't feel like waiting, but I feel like I should try to use them again. They were so much fun. I haven't used them in such a long time, but look at how pretty they are. They're not the best quality, so I think that's maybe why I've moved on to other art supplies. I tend to use better quality when I can, but in my sketchbooks, it could be so fun. So this would be one of my goals, to use this set again, because it's just sitting in my closet. So there's that. Then the other set that I'm not gonna swatch is this Holbein water soluble oil set. So it's a very nice set with a bunch of beautiful colors. I feel like I haven't given them a chance enough. I feel like oils have a big potential for me. If I knew how to use them correctly, I'm sure I could have so much fun with these. I can see myself using them for the style of painting that I've been doing. I think that I could create some stunning works if I just knew how to use them. I've struggled a little bit using them in the past. I think I'm just not used to using mediums and the right amount of each mediums and solvents, and it's more complicated than regular paint. And also you have to think about the cleanup and ventilation. So I feel like it requires more effort than just watercolors or other mediums that I've been using. But I feel like these have so much potential for me. So I would love to use them, but I'm not gonna swatch them because they're gonna take ages to dry and we don't want that. Okay, so I just wrote a title for the first type of art supplies that I want to try, which are these charcoal pencils. I've received them as a gift and I've never used them, but I feel like they have good potential, especially when using them with water. So I think some of these colors are pretty similar, but I just wanted to have some fun and create some marks. See how they feel like. I'm not a big fan of the texture on paper. It kind of makes me shiver. Whew, like nails on a chalkboard. But I think if I can get over it, maybe with exposure, it has potential. Okay, I think that this is the same as this one. Oh no, they're not the same. They just look the same. And now I have two colors. This is, what is this? What I want to do is just add some water after. Woo, so dry. I have shivers. Okay, now, yeah, I want to try this. Take a brush and add some water and see, like, because I feel like I could do some mark making with these. What if I use it wet? That's nice. Very nice. Yeah, so I feel like this has great potential for mark making. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. So that's nice because it's not a watercolor pencil and you can really see the marks underneath, but you can still create something very interesting. Oh, this one. Oh yeah, this one does the same. So I think that this could be great. I just need to remind myself to use them. I want to use them in the near future so I can learn how to integrate them to my current art practice. I've been looking to add more marks in my work, so I think it could be great. Then I think we're gonna go with the pan pastels. So I have 3 colors here. I have bright yellow green, yellow ochre, and I have burnt sienna. 3 colors that I love. I think I just don't use them a lot, and I don't really know why. I like to use them with a sponge. You can create these nice textures. I think they could be really good for backgrounds. You know, they allow you to cover quickly a large section. Very pigmented, so they're fun to use. Ooh, so creamy. Let's try that 3rd one. See how that's so nice. I think I need to remind myself to use that mark because it's very interesting when it comes to mark making and just to maybe create an interesting background. I think I could find a way to use them. Then I think we could go into acrylic inks. I have a good amount of them and I love them. It's just these days, as you may know, if you've been watching my channel, I've been more into watercolor pencils and Color2s. So I've kind of strayed away a bit from my acrylic inks, which is why I wanted to swatch some of them today to remind myself how good they are and to remind myself to use them in the future. So let's go with acrylic inks. Let's go with the Amsterdam first. And I'm just gonna put them directly on the paper. Don't forget to close your acrylic inks after, because the number of times where I dropped an acrylic ink on the floor and it went everywhere and I had to rush to clean it up. It's not fun, and then I get sad because I feel like it's such a waste. And then we have Amsterdam olive deep green. It's so nice, it's so deep. And then Amsterdam burnt umber. Beautiful. Okay, let's go on the next page to swatch the rest, and then I want to try to mix them up a little bit together, see what kind of colors we can create. Okay, so we have one more acrylic ink by the brand Liquitex in red oxide. I feel like I like Liquitex better than Amsterdam just because I feel like the Liquitex are a bit more fluid than Amsterdam, which makes it easier to mix colors, and I just like their texture better. But I love the colors in both brands. So these two are not acrylic inks, these are liquid watercolors, but I wanted to put them in the same category, kind of. They're by Dr. P.H. Martin, so we have Vermilion Hue and we have Red Oxide again. I know that these ones you have to shake them up really well. I got them on sale, maybe they were very old. This one is not too bad, but this one, even if I shake it a lot, there's always residue, so I think that's why maybe I don't use it too much. Let's see, Vermilion Hue. And then let's try Red Oxide. It doesn't look too bad this time. I think I shaked it pretty well. But, you know, It's not behaving the same way as the other one. I don't like it as much, but I like the color. So I think there's potential. I just need to find a good way to use them. So now, what mix could we do? I think I'd like to mix the burnt umber. Let's mix it directly on paper. A little bit of burnt umber and some yellow ochre. See what we get. Very nice. Let's put more. Oh, I put a lot more. Yeah, that's a nice color. And what if I add some green? That's so nice. Such a nice color here. Yeah, I love it. And remember, if you use acrylic inks, remember to clean your brush quickly, because once it sets, it's not like watercolor, you can't reactivate it. So it's gonna set in your brush. You don't want that, especially if you have a good quality brush. Let's mix some olive green with the red oxide. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I love it. See how nice that is? Why don't I use this more? Now I could try to mix watercolors and acrylic inks. So let's try the yellow ochre with vermilion hue. Oh, you don't see it. It would be better if you saw it, huh? Oh, that's quite nice. Ooh, beautiful. Let's say that I just add some water and try to have things flow a bit. I'm just having some fun. Okay, this has potential. Can I add some charcoal, maybe? While this is all wet. Okay, this is very nice. This is so nice. I think I need to make more of an effort to use different mediums, because I have a lot of interesting mediums. I just need to use them. When this is dry, we're gonna start a new page. We're gonna explore with more watercolors and a couple of colored pens. Okay, I couldn't wait for the other side to be completely dry, so I put a piece of watercolor paper in between the pages so they don't smush together. All right, so another thing that I want to rediscover, in fact, this is a bit different. I want to figure out if I like it or not, and if not, I want to give it away to somebody who's gonna use it more than me. And the thing I'm talking about is my acrylic paint pens. I have a whole set of 20 to 30 colors. It's by the brand Acrylic, I think. It says it's water-based, opaque ink, quick drying. So I just selected a few colors that were appealing to me right now. I feel like it fits with my summertime color palette. And yeah, we're gonna try them out. I feel like they could be useful to add some mark making on top of my drawings and my sketchbook. So that's why I did not get rid of them, because I feel like in theory they could be great art supplies for me, but I just have to put it into practice now. So you just have to shake them, and then it can be helpful to press a little bit, and then you can draw. They're very pigmented. They don't bleed that much. I think if the paper is thick enough, you should be fine. So yeah, I feel like these could be good for me. You know, they're not professional quality, so they would stay in my sketchbooks, but I'm gonna have to try to include them in my work, and after maybe a few months I'll have to report back and decide if I want to keep them or not, because I'm sure some people could really use them up. Alright, so there's that. Then I have selected a few watercolors that I haven't used in a long time, but that I have loved before or that I want to start using again. Okay, so let's swatch. First of all, Van Gogh Naples Yellow. I remember this is a color that I used to use so much. I found it so useful for different types of subjects, super versatile color, and I don't know why. I think I just strayed away from my Van Gogh watercolors. I preferred using my Schminke or my Daniel Smith, but I still feel like this Naples Yellow could work well in a lot of the work that I still do currently. So I just want to remind myself that it's a nice color and that I should use it more. So now we have Schminke Hordam Tundra Blue. See, I'm trying to pronounce Schminke correctly because I have a tendency to say Schminke, which some people couldn't stand. So I'm trying to say Schminke. Schminke? Is it how you pronounce it even? I don't know. You know, I speak French, okay? So don't get mad at me if I mispronounce stuff. Let's do a competition to see who pronounces French words better. See if you win. Okay, now we have Schminke Hordem Tundra Violet. They are so pretty. These two are from the super granulating watercolor range, and they're so beautiful. I remember when I first got them, I was so excited because art stores now have started having them, but when I bought them, you couldn't find them in my local art store, so I had ordered them from Jackson's, which, by the way, if you want to shop there, I have a link for affiliate credits. So if you buy from my link, I get a commission, but I've never had it, but it's there just in case if you want to see what they sell in the UK, which could be interesting. I remember I didn't have to pay shipping. It wasn't more expensive than getting something from my local art stores. So the Tundra Blue and the Tundra Violet are from their super granulating range, and they are color separating. They're so beautiful, and this is not even the best type of paper to swatch them. This is a mixed media paper, so the effect would be even greater on watercolor paper. So I have to remind myself that I need to use them. So now I have also swatched Daniel Smith Identron Blue, which is a color that I used to use a lot before. I actually had it in my main watercolor palette as my warm blue, but I switched it out for French Ultramarine because I think it's just more of a classic color. But I still love this one and I want to use it. Then now we get back into the OGs when I was using only Van Gogh watercolors, and this next one is one of my all-time favorites. It is Dusk Yellow, and I remember when I used it, I have no idea what granulation was, what color separation was, so I saw this watercolor and I was just amazed. I wanted to use it in every painting that I did. And now I know that it's granulation, it's color separation. They probably used dark black, like a lunar black in there with a bright yellow to create it. Now I know so much more about it, and it makes a lot of sense because my favorite watercolors are granulating watercolors and are color separating watercolors. It's nice to see that I like these properties before even knowing that they existed, and I kept with it. So our last one that we're gonna swatch is Daniel Smith Undersea Green, which is one of my newest additions to my watercolor collection. It's just that it's not in my palette because I haven't updated my palette. It's probably going to get into my palette eventually, but since it's not, I don't see it as much because it's not as accessible. It's in a drawer, so sometimes I just forget that I have it. But I love it. I want to use it. So I'm gonna try to remember using it. Before we finish, I have one last thing, and this is not an old favorite. This is a new addition. I didn't buy enough stuff for me to do an art haul, and the stuff that I bought recently was more like some tape, rollers, some brushes, nothing that I could swatch really, but I bought this thing, the Liquitex Soft Body Acrylic in the color Parchment. You probably know this color because it's everywhere on YouTube. Everybody's using it, and I saw it and I thought, I have to try it. It makes me think of a buff titanium, which is a color that I really like, so it would be nice to have it in an acrylic. So let's try it here. Oh, it's so nice. I've been struggling with my acrylic paints lately. The ones that I have are too thick, and I'm finding out that I prefer the soft body acrylics. So I think that this is gonna be perfect. If I were to buy more acrylics, I would buy this type of acrylic, probably Liquitex because they're really good. And I'd like to try soft body. Let's add some watercolor in there. Ooh, so nice. So I added a little bit of Tundra Violet in there. I love this color. Wow. Okay, maybe if we add a little bit of green, a little bit of undersea green. Yeah, this is great. I love it. Now I think we're officially done. So I'm going to let everything dry and then I'm gonna show you some close-ups.